G'day everyone. Here we are sitting on the ground in Microsoft Flight Simulator in the Council 500E. We're currently sitting at a hut that I've been developed for Flight Sim that I'm working on to release a Ruahine's pack of huts sort of scattered throughout the Ruahines. I haven't done too many yet, but we're going to fly through what I've done so far and we'll just have a look because I haven't actually tested them yet either, so we'll just have a little look at the outside view. So this is the Iron Gate hut in the southern Ruahines. Again, these are just sort of simplish models, sort of customised to make it look sort of roughly like the huts that are there. I'm not sure if some of these huts that I've done have actual helipads at them, but I've just made so the huts are there, and you can try and land them if you want. Some of them have got helipads you can start at, some don't. So we'll get in the helicopter and we'll get going because there's a few huts to do. I just need to turn off the pause. So I've been making all custom assets, so custom huts all made in Blender, based off real photos, and custom grasses, tussocks, etc. like I've made on the other one, and obviously trees and things. Slowly working on getting the trees looking better. So we'll head out of here and head north. Just look back at it. Oh, you can't really see it now. We'll get climbing over this ridge. I've noticed throughout the Ruahines, particularly, whether it's because it's quite steep, you'll notice here, which I'm going to try and go through and fix it all as part of the Ruahine pack that I'll release on my website for later on once I've finished it, is these areas here. Look, there's no 3D trees. It's like what I've worked out, it seems to be where there's quite hard shadow on the topo or the aerial satellite image, that it seems to the AI or whatever creates the autogen has kind of chopped them out there, whether it thinks it's too dark to be trees or it thinks it is shadow where it's actually just trees that are in shadow. So yeah, I'm going to go through and try and fix those. I've started fixing them around where I've done huts and things so far, and also down below me I fixed it because it had water mask over, like you'll see up in front of me, which I'll go through and get rid of as well, because it kind of I guess there's a river there, but it kind of overwrites it a little bit and makes it look really weird, especially seeing it's up on the side of hills and things. So it looks actually better just seeing the aerial view. So I'm going to go through and try and fix all those before I release the pack as well, before I get back onto Kaumanawa Kawaka Part 2 pack. In case any of you guys haven't seen, I've actually released the Kaumanawa Kawaka Huts pack Part 1. It's available for sale on my website currently now. I haven't done a lot of flying through the Ruahines. It's probably actually almost my first flight in here in Microsoft Flight Sim, apart from moving around in the editor when I've been adding some of the huts. So that was the Iron Gate hut. We're going to head north to possibly the Waterfall hut. I'm just trying to remember what order it was going to be easiest to get to them in. Yeah, see that water mask down there definitely needs getting rid of. It just looks like there's way too much water. So the Ruahines is quite a long range in New Zealand, in the sort of lower central part of the North Island. Now, could be wrong, but this could be the waterfall hut down here below us, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just trying, because obviously in the editor I have no idea what distances are between. I'm just kind of zipping around and adding stuff, so I'm not even sure that we might be able to land at this one or not. We'll go have a look. There's the waterfall hut there. There's a little bit of a texture issue there I need to sort out. You could possibly land in that one if you wanted to. We probably won't bother today on the video, but as you can see, I think there's enough room. I think I did put a start at this one, so you can start there if you choose to. So right, we'll get out of here. We'll head up to McKinnon Hut is another one I made. I don't know if you can even land at that one either. It's on the edge of the open top, so there's a possibility you may be able to land on it. We'll have a look what's next to the hut when we get up there. Oh, it's not too bad through this area, but there is still big bare patches where there should be trees and there's none due to the shadow on the photo. And once I've done the Ruahine pack and put it up on the website, I'm planning to work on a Fiordland pack of huts and helipads and spots to land it as well, suggested to me by a guy called Pete, who watches the YouTube and is quite an experienced outdoors person in New Zealand and an avid flight simmer as well. So it's good for all the suggestions, Pete, and I hope you enjoy some of the scenery and the places to land at. I think McKinnon Hut is over this way somewhere. It may be further, but I thought it was just up around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I have actually developed this a little bit further. I just haven't obviously put the latest edit into the sim, which is a lot more tussock and correct bush around this hut. I'll go around the other side of the hut here. So this already looks a lot better in the editor. I just obviously hit the latest version, didn't export straight to the folder like I thought it did. Right, and then we'll head off down the hill here into the valley to the Crow Hut. It's another old Forest Service hut. This area down here, when I went into the editor to add this hut, there was absolutely nothing there. Like, it was so badly designed. The trees and they were missing, and the water was half up the side of the hill over a massive area, so it just didn't look very good. So this is really a good one to fix. It's a bit of a tight one down through here in this gorgy bit. And there's the Crow Hut. Have a little look around. A swing bridge there. I think it looked like there was a swing bridge in some of the photos I can see, so added that. Right, we'll get out of here. We're going to head north to the Ruahine Corner Hut now. Just keep climbing up out of this valley, out over the range. another area where it needs to fix and add trees. It's just so time consuming to work through and fix all these issues. Probably actually more scrubby stuff there looking at the ortho. I think we're just going to head to that next sort of big plateau to the Ruahine corner hut. I'm going to try and add more huts in between so you can actually do like flights between and around and stop off at different ones along the way. Pete actually gave me a big list of ones that he's been to throughout the Ruahines of huts and helipads and things, so I've been working through that list to start with, and once I finish those I'll go through and just add a few others probably that are on the topographical charts as well. A bit of cloud around out there. It's like a coolish day by the look of it. Some big slips there. Looking out towards Ruapehu, Narahoe. We might be a little bit far to the west, I think. We might have to head over to that inland-ish plateau over there. Yeah, I've never really flown through this part of the country, in the sim or in real life. I'm guessing there'll probably be a few huts scattered around all through this area, unless it's private land, but it looks to be bush, but we'll see. So we should be coming up on the Ruahine corner hut, which is just over here, on this sort of open top area. You'll see there's actually an airstrip there too, which you can probably make out now looking straight ahead of us. We'll shoot an approach to the airstrip and then we'll buzz off around to the right towards the Ruahine corner hut. I mean, I'd love to put that tussock across this whole flat, but I've got to obviously bear in mind to keep frame rates good for still being able to use the sim. So I've just put it only in close proximity to the huts. It's a fairly low poly sort of, or low detail kind of tussocky thing, just but to give the look that it looks good. So here we are, the Ruahine corner hut. Another custom hut I made in Blender. Alright, we'll lift off out of here. And next up will be the Ikiwatia Forks hut. If I'm saying it correctly. Pretty sure it's to the north of here. Down over the side somewhere. Sure how far north. This is sort of, I'm getting into area where I'm not super familiar with again. Gonna be interesting with a little bit of cloud around too, which could make things a bit trickier to see. It's neat buzzing through some of this country. I just see, well, it looks like there's a clearing there. It's possibly a hut. Another big clearing there. I think we might have gone past it, to be honest. Could be back up there. Looks like two rivers join in. This was one of the, I think this was the first hut I put in the Ruahine pack, so yeah, I'm not sort of trying to remember where it was now. I know it was north of the Ruahine corner. This might be it, just here. Yeah. It's well tucked away, this one. So, Ikiwatia Forks. Just a generic Forest Service hut, this one. And it's got a bit of a clearing there beside it to land it. I haven't been back to add too much more foliage into this yet, but something I may do. Here we are, but down you can't really see the hut from here, but I presume this is where if there is helicopter flights to it, it'll be into this little clearing, I'd imagine. Right, next up we'll take off. And we'll head up onto the range to the east of us. and I think it's No Man's Hut, which I think it's on private land, so at least it looks like in some of the photos there's vehicles at it, so it's obviously got road access to it. I think I'll just have to keep heading up onto the top here. Big country. Like on a map, the Ruahines doesn't look like it's too big compared to some of the other ones like the Uawera Ranges and that, but once you're actually flying around in here in the sim, it's a big place. Big hillsides too. Yeah, I've got. Once I get to the top here, I'll try and get my bearings as to where this No Man's Hut is, because I have a feeling it's up on there on top of a ridge, but I don't know if I'm too far north or too far south of it still. There's a road underneath me there. Oh, there it is. It just popped up right on it. Just let me do a bit of an approach here. I think this could be on a station or something. Bit of a glitch there with the texture. Look at it. Those are some overlay textures I use to try and, because it changes the density of the grass, but looks like they clip occasionally and don't have the correct. Well, they kind of just, bits get chopped out, so I have to fix that. So No Man's Hut. Stag right there. I don't think Sika are in the Ruahines, but I'll need to do some red stag and hind models to put in for around the place. Just only so much time in a day. Right. And we'll head out of here and we'll drop down towards the east to the dead dog hut. And we'll end the flight there. That's probably just about everything I've done so far. Obviously working on a few extra scenery things around a few of them, but most of it's pretty much what I've done, and I'll keep on working on the rest of them. Try and get it up by the end of the week for people to try out. I'll probably put one of the huts, like Longview Hut, in as a separate to the Ruahine pack hut, and put it up for free on the website as a bit of a trial, so if you can test it out, see what it's like, for those that don't want the whole pack. Coming into the dead dog. Bit of a steepish approach this one, but just because of the tight terrain. Just have to do a bit of a towering landing here. Get this wind under control. Pick up off those rocks a little bit. It's a little bit gusty down in here. Just about pruning up the pampas grass there. This is the dead dog hut. I'm unsure what river that is, but we're one of the main ones on the Ruahines. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on so far. I'll try and get some outside footage and post it up in another separate video at some stage, maybe this week. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. We'll catch you on the next one.